So building a team, how did I want to play? How do I find these players? It was a lot of hard work, a lot of phone calls, but first of all, I needed to know in my head how I wanted to play. I decided I was going to play 4-5-1. When I arrived at the club, I already had a fantastic goalkeeper in Trevor Bunting, so that position was safe. But now I need to find the other players. So I wanted balance of the team. I wanted two left-sided players, which was always difficult to find, getting good left-footed players. But I managed to find them. I was playing out in Finland just before I took the Windsor job. I had a couple of years out there, and there was a guy that was playing out there in the team called Mike Murphy, and he was a local lad to Windsor as well. So I managed to draft Mike in at left back. I then signed Dave Tilbury, who was a no-nonsense centre-half and a great character in the dressing room. And Tanley was a big commanding centre-half, but very good ball player as well. So that was just what I was looking for if I wanted to play out from the back. So we managed to sign those two. Jamie Fermis came in at right back, and just a wholehearted player, you know, a steady 7 or 8 every single game. It was a great addition to the team. On the left-hand side, we had the fantastic Matt Brady. How can you describe Matt Brady? He was just a joy to watch, just always found time for himself, found space. Wasn't the quickest, but very rarely lost the ball. Always found time on the ball and could pick a pass out. So it was brilliant down that side because Mike at left back was explosive. He would get forward, loved to get forward, probably more often than I like, but it compensated because Matt would come inside and Mike would get down the outside of him, and we had 2-on-1s down the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, somehow we managed to sign this player called Dyke. He was an handful to manage, but wow, what a player. How he didn't play at the highest levels or playing professional football, I don't know, but somehow we managed to get Dyke, and he was a ball carrier. You know, you could give him the ball right back to him inside his own half, and he'll carry it the full length of the pitch. He was very explosive. Then in the middle midfield, managed to sign Dave Carroll, one of my ex-teammates at Wycombe Wanderers. Probably could have gone into retirement at that stage, but he was so good he probably could have played till he was 50. So we got Dave in, and he was the kingpin of our team. You could just give the ball to Dave anywhere. So if you're just playing out from the back, just give it to Dave on the edge of the box. He won't give it away, and he'll always find a pass. We then had Spencer Walsh, who was again just a dogged, you know, the type of player you want in your team that would just throw his body on the line at everything. So Dave would get the ball and Spenny would generally knock him about. In front of them two, we had Kieran Adams that sort of played as a false 9, that he would run in behind the centre forward, score goals, come in late. If you're in my era, a bit like David Platt, but of the non-league. And then finally up front, we had this amazing little character called Craig O'Connor. He would run himself into the ground. It was like having 2 centre forwards. He would hustle and bustle everyone, brave as a lion, probably only 5'7", but he could score a goal out of nothing as well. So we just had him occupying the 2 centre halves generally, and he could occupy them both with his work rate, and he was physically strong, and he would just run down the sides of each team or over the top. So I'd now built my team, and now it's a case of trying to gel. And this was a fantastic group. Added to that later on or during the season, we also got Cousins in from Wycombe, who was captain of Wycombe Wanderers, and also Keith Scott, who played in the Premier League. But probably Keith Scott couldn't run quite as well as he used to be able to. But again, he was a great addition. And when you've got this, you know, this structure to your team where your defender, Jason Cousins, midfield, Dave Carroll, up front, Keith Scott, that was the backbone of your team with all that experience and talking to the other players, it gelled us into a real fantastic team. So that's really how I built my team. I had a vision in my head how I wanted to play, and it was all set out.